Yo, Billy. What's for lunch?
Real Chicago pizza.
Let's get cooking.
What's for lunch? What's for lunch? I know he's in the kitchen whipping something tough. What's for lunch? What's for lunch? Wanna see what Chef Donny's cooking up? What's for lunch?
Guys, welcome back to What's for Lunch. Billy Zureikat.
What's up, dude?
Welcome to the kitchen, man. I'm
Thank
excited
you.
to have you here.
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
I'm pumped because we've never done pizza on the show before. I have like minimal experience making pizza, so to have you in the kitchen teaching me is gonna be perfect. You're the man when it comes to pizza. I'm very, very excited for this one.
I appreciate that. We're here to show you how to make some true Chicago pizza, some classic thin crust tavern-style pizza. So let's do it.
I know the dough is in a couple stages, so you want to just walk us through? Let's start from the beginning.
Yeah, let's do it. If you want to grab that bowl.
Sure.
So a tavern-style pizza, again, cracker-style thin pizza. It's gonna be really simple, easy dough to put together. It's gonna be a low hydration dough, meaning there's not a lot of water in it, so it's really easy to work with. So got some bread flour here. We're gonna just pop that in the bowl. Bread flour is used because you want something that has high protein. It's gonna have some nice, develop some nice gluten and stay strong and give you that crisp, but also a little bit slight chew. They'll give you a little bit of balance in it. So next thing, we're gonna put in some medium grind cornmeal. When it cooks, you get that little texture, but you also kind of have like the notes of like almost toasted popcorny, back end flavor, and I just like that. So this will be some medium grind cornmeal. Got some kosher salt and sugar. That's gonna help you get a little color to your dough. Obviously, you need seasoning in there. This is instant dry yeast. Difference between active and instant dry yeast, you just don't need to activate it in water.
Right.
This is yeast that's alive. It's been in my freezer, so good to go, so it'll last. That's in there. Mix that together. You want to mix the dries, essentially. Get that all mixed. You'll see here when we get this together, it's really forgiving, so like anybody can do this.
Great.
You don't need a special oven. You don't need special equipment. You can make this work. So that's mixed up together, and now we're gonna add in our wet. So first thing, I'm gonna slowly stream in the water here, and you're just gonna keep mixing like that. Just get all the water in there. So that's about like 180 grams of water. So like, this is about like a 51 to 52% hydration, which means whatever the amount of flour, that's 100% of your dough is gonna be your flour, and whatever amount of your hydration is your water in it. So you're in a good spot here where it's kind of shaggy. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mix in the oil now. And same thing, just continue mixing that and it'll start to come together. So to the point where you start to get it where it's starting to come together, you know, it's almost there. Take your, dip your hand in there, get some wet hands, and start to just kind of like squeeze that and compress it together. You don't necessarily have to knead it, just get it where it's gonna, you don't want any more dry spots. All the flour is kind of accounted for in there.
Okay, like that?
So yeah, perfect. So if we flash forward in a perfect world here, we got that all mixed together.
TV magic,
TV magic, you got that in. This one has been in my fridge for 4 days. You can kind of see now.
Oh yeah.
It's super, it's not like, it's almost like Play-Doh. It's not,
right.
It's not, and there's that window pane. You can kind of tug at it and you kind of see through. So the next step in our pizza making journey is rolling out the dough. So in Chicago, as opposed to like New York or like a Neapolitan style, where you're hand tossing it, hand rolling it, you're gonna be doing this with good old fashioned rolling pin. I'll show you, I'll start it, and I have you get in there though.
Perfect.
What you wanna do with this is just start by applying even pressure, making sure I got enough flour and everything. You just kinda go through and you're gonna roll out and up, but all the way to the end. You wanna get the sides kind of all flattened. So you just kind of do that the first time, do a quarter turn, and we're gonna rotate this. It looks like Stewie Griffin right now. It looks like, you just kind of work your way doing this, kind of trying to get an even pressure. Once you kind of, you can go ahead and take this over if you want. After you do like maybe another turn or two, then you can start pushing it out on angles and get those corners shaped out. And you'll see the circle that a lot of people get worried about, like, oh man, how's my pizza be in the perfect circle? It'll kind of naturally, if you ball, that's why you ball your dough at the beginning. Because if you start it in a circle, it'll continue on.
It likes to stay in the same shape. Okay.
So now that looks good. Now you can start going out.
Now for the corners.
Yeah, start going to the sides. And you'll just do that. Continue with your quarter turns. And so, yeah, you're looking good, honestly.
Wow. It was looking good, and then I just ruined the shape.
No, you're fine.
We'll look
there it is, like that.
There
You just fix it. See how easy it is to get together.
There we go. We got it.
If you wanted, you could just bake this right now. We'd be good. You'd have a good pizza. You'd have good crisp, little chew to it, which is nice. But if you really want to get a true like thinny thin, like shatteringly crisp texture, we'll cure it. So what that is, we're gonna take this dough docker. Looks like a medieval torture device.
Yeah.
You just roll right on it. This just basically knocks holes in there. This will help release the steam when you cook it so it doesn't puff up. But we would take this now, put down some parchment paper, just put it on like a pizza pan or whatever, and put some parchment paper between it. Throw it in your fridge for 24 hours.
Yep.
You can leave it covered or uncovered. That's it. That just goes in the fridge. You can just throw it on a pan or whatever.
I'll pop this in the fridge.
Yeah.
You have quite the interesting story. I want to get into that too. When
course.
did you started making pizza? When, like right during COVID or before that?
Before COVID. So I have a really unique story.
Yeah, and please share. It's quite the story.
Of course. So I played sports my entire life. Played basketball, golfed forever. Worked at ESPN Radio here in Chicago as a producer. Playing basketball recreationally around the age of 30, so like 12 years ago, which I'm getting old, which is scary. But I started losing my balance and falling while playing. And I just chalked up to being 30 at first. But then as time went on, those falls would happen more often. I was experiencing issues with like everyday things, like getting up and down stairs, literally getting out of a seat. And so I went to the doctor in 2016, got nothing but a bunch of medical bills. And so I just tried to fight on and continue working out, living through it. Friends didn't know what was going on, family didn't know what was going on. Finally, after 8 long years, I was diagnosed with what's called limb-girdle muscular dystrophy in March of 2021. So it's a rare form of muscular dystrophy that I was born with, yet didn't take shape until I was 30.
Oh, wow.
There's no treatments. It's progressive, so it's going to get worse. And it changed my life. All of a sudden, like at 38, I had to learn how to relive my life with a permanent disability, which is wild. Couldn't run and jump, couldn't play sports. But the cool part of my story, when I lost the ability to do these things, I'm a naturally creative person. I needed an outlet. I joke I traded my jersey in for one of these, started teaching myself how to cook and bake. Pizza making became a passion of mine. I wanted to share my story of reinvention through cooking, and I decided to partner with Chicago restaurants. I never had any experience with the restaurant industry at all, so I was just a home cook, self-taught, taught myself through watching videos like this one today, reading cookbooks like yours. And you know, I learned, and flash forward 3.5 years now, I've done over 90 pop-ups and collaborations around Chicago with some of the biggest restaurants in the city, with my pizzas, with sandwiches. Yeah, so I've raised $73,000 now for the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
That's incredible.
In 3.5 years. And I just want people to enjoy my passion, which is cooking and food, and trying to show people like through change. Right. Doesn't matter what it is. Mine was health related, but you can still do positive things if you kind of hit something that makes you to change your path. And I say it like truly, I'm having the time of my life right now during the hardest time of my life.
That's
you know,
awesome. I mean, that
it's
right
fun,
there
man.
is incredible.
Like, it's fun. And speaking of, let's make some pizza.
Let's do it.
Okay, so do you want to grab that peel right there, the wood peel?
Yep.
So we're gonna dust this with some of that cornmeal.
Okay.
That's gonna act like ball bearings essentially, and help that
Just
piece
slide
slide
it
off.
out?
Yeah.
Does it give us a little texture on the bottom?
Yeah.
Too?
It'll lock in. It'll give you, especially when it toasts on that hot steel we're gonna bake it on. It's gonna give that like kind of toasted.
I like that's my favorite part is like a little bit of cornmeal, the crust on the bottom.
So this is the cool part here. This is also very satisfying. I'll have you do it because it's very fun.
Okay.
You take your hand on this and you're just gonna flip this over really quickly.
Okay.
And then you're gonna peel the parchment off.
Love it.
One, two,
watch
three.
me mess this up.
You got this.
1, 2, 3.
Boom. So then this should just put one hand there. It should kind of peel off. There you go. So yeah, let's go ahead and build the pizza. So
Perfect.
we're gonna put down our sauce right in the middle. And then you just kind of work your way to the edges. And this is gonna be different than like a New York style where they kind of, you're gonna leave like a border for the crust. You're not, you're gonna go everything to the edge here. Okay, just get it all the way around it. I go with a little oregano, by the way, after just a little extra layer of flavor there. So toppings.
Yes.
We're gonna do a classic. One of the most iconic, Chicago combinations is gonna be sausage and Giardiniera.
Love it.
The acidic elements help so much cut through all the richness of the cheese and sausage.
Sure.
Speaking of cheese, so if you want to actually shred this, this is whole milk mozzarella. You just shred that on the bigger side there.
Okay.
The reason I didn't bring in like a bagged pre-shredded cheese, when you cook it, it just doesn't melt properly. It can kind of change things. It browns weird. Yeah, that's good. So we can do this 2 ways. Some places, it's all about preference. And as you know, if somebody makes food on the internet, everybody's gonna say like, oh, you're not doing it the right way.
Yep.
You choose your own adventure with it, but you could start out by putting your cheese on first and then your toppings after.
Uh-huh.
Or some places actually will go ahead and put the sausage down first. So I'll do that. So you pinch and drop this raw sausage on here, but don't get freaked out about putting the raw sausage on pizza, unlike New York and a lot of places where they cook it a little bit.
Right.
This is gonna cook, they're little,
tiny, yeah.
They're tiny and they cook in there, we're cooking for 6-7 minutes.
Right.
It's gonna be fine. We'll go ahead and do the sausage first, then we're gonna put the cheese on after, and we'll finish it with Giardiniera. We'll do Giardiniera last. I like to actually have the Giardiniera have a little more access. So with the cheese, you wanna kind of just start, just sprinkle it evenly. I kind of just like to start on the edges first and work my way to the middle. And we don't need a ton of cheese. Okay. This is gonna melt and spread.
I think that's what like a lot of people, if they're making pizza at home, the mistake they make is too much cheese.
Yes.
And then it's, you end up with a soggy pizza that way.
And now we just go with some of the Giardiniera. So again, just kind of spreading it around.
Love it.
Just finish a little Parmesan, a little salty kick, just finish it out. So just want to do a little check, make sure that's going here.
That'll slide nice.
And so we're gonna bake this in just a regular oven. So when you launch in the pizza, it's go time here.
Yep.
This is gonna slide off pretty easily. So,
oh yeah.
Okay, so now we can just push that back in. So that'll go in. Every oven's different. I'd say like set a timer for like 8 minutes.
Okay.
Check it after, maybe 5 minutes, see how it's doing. So this is just a check-in after a couple minutes. We're still a little more time.
God, that's looking good.
Just want that to kind of clean up a little bit. You can already tell.
Oh,
you can see how thin and crispy that is.
Yeah, that looks incredible.
Couple more minutes. Let's get this out. Yeah, do we have the wire rack there?
Yeah, wire.
Perfect. That.
Look at that. I mean, that's cracker thin.
Yep. Now, another thing to make this Chicago is the cut.
Yep.
We cut our pizzas in squares. It's called party cut. When this pizza was invented, it was bar owners or tavern owners would basically cut these in small little squares to kind of stretch it and get people to drink more. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cut this into squares.
So you can tell you've done this before because those are perfect. Cutting and getting shapes in my head right and directions are not my
Dude, I half the time I do this though, I like black out and I'm like, oh, do I want to do 4x4 or 5x5?
Yeah,
I already lost track.
I start and go, oh, whoops. Wow, that looks good.
All right, and why not? Just honestly, when in Rome, let's finish it with just like a touch more.
Yes, please.
Just a touch more.
Why not? Damn it, that looks so good.
All right.
While we have you here, guys, please, before we try this pizza, like and subscribe to the channel. It'd mean a lot to me if you did that. This is looking incredible, though. We are going to get in without further ado. I'm going to crack a Pepsi here.
Do it.
I've got my favorite. The Pepsi Zero Sugar goes phenomenal, especially with pizza.
It's a good pairing.
This pizza just deserves a little Pepsi, I think.
That was like the cleanest opening I think I've ever heard.
That was a nice pop,
That was seriously awesome. It sent chills down my spine.
All right.
No, it's perfect pairing.
What slice do you like? What's your corner guy? You're a middle guy? What do you like?
I feel like this is the chef's treat. So you were a big part of making this. Yep. Eat the corner first.
Okay, the little.
That's always good.
Those are not crunchy.
I mean, like, this is a hilariously small corner, but like, chef's treat.
All right, I'm gonna go with a little sausage, a little jar. All right, here's the bite.
Do it.
Cheers, Billy.
Cheers, dude.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
There's that. You can kind of already tell before I even take my bite. It's well done under, and that's from the curing. You can see the color, you can see the texture from the cornmeal.
Oh man, that's good. A little Pepsi to wash it down. What a combo. What a pizza.
What a catch.
What a catch.
Oh my God, athlete.
What a catch. Pizza just deserves a little Pepsi, guys. That's going to do it for this episode of What's for Lunch. Billy, thank you so much for being here, my man.
Thanks for having me, dude.
That was awesome. Check out the pop-ups. Check out his channel. He's making awesome pizzas every single week. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.